It's New Year's Eve, and I know most of you viewers, anybody who watches any sort of videos like this has to be one of your favorite days of the year, because this is the day that you convince yourself that when the clock strikes 12 and we roll into the new year, it's going to be the year you finally have a car. We know you never had your car. Not this year, the previous year before that. But when the clock strikes 12 tonight, and it's 2025, surely this will be the year where all your 17-leg moneyline parlays really hit with a high frequency, because 2025 is going to be your year. What are you doing tonight? What are you doing tonight for New Year's Eve? Are you buying tickets to a bar that was open until 4 a.m. the previous night, but now is somehow going to kick you out at 1 a.m. and claim like it's normal? Are you going to pay 80x in Uber fees just to get home? What other stuff are you going to be doing? I know what you're going to be doing. You're not going to be doing any of that. You're definitely not going to be kissing anybody when the clock strikes 12. You are going to be frantically refreshing the NHL app on your phone to see if your Calgary Flames money line, the last leg in a God knows how many leg parlay, ends up hitting. You're going to be refreshing that overtime score to see how you're going to be entering 2025. And I'm going to be here to assist you, because last night I allowed you to eat some pizza. Does that mean we're just going to be dishing out pizza every night? Take it from a New Yorker, a guy who had the best pizza you could ever imagine every day available to me. Did I eat it every day? No, I did not. That's why I don't look like Bobby Bacala. Take it from me. You start eating pizza every day, you really don't cherish it, and you don't pick your spots wisely. I picked some good pizzeria spots yesterday. Are there any on this? There's too much on this slate to focus on. I like this team to win. You want to know what I'm focused on? It's New Year's Eve. I think New Year's Eve is the perfect day to bring the ruckus.
What was that ruckus?
I know here, Ruckus.
Let's hope for some ruckus on this slate.
Can you describe this ruckus?
Meaning high-scoring affairs where we can crack some pirate parlays. Yesterday, all right, we made room for some money lines and totals. We got 2 money lines and we nailed the under 6.5. Today, I'm looking at high-priced pirate parlays, and those are mostly available in games that go over. I'm hoping there's some entertainment value here on this New Year's Eve slate. But I will start you with an absurdly high-priced money line for you front-page pizzeria bettors, and I just laugh. I think this will be my new thing. I'm going to give you a disgusting, unaffordable money line. The Edmonton Oilers. They're sitting at home waiting for a Utah hockey club, the Arizona Coyotes, who I told you, when you call them the Arizona Coyotes, it puts into perspective how beatable they are. They lost, I don't want to say handily, but they lost 5-2 to the Kraken last night. And now they're going to Edmonton, who's been playing well. They're waiting on their own home ice for a team that's traveling New Year's Eve across the Canadian border. I like the Edmonton Oilers here. Obviously, we cannot take, well, you know, you moneyline people, you don't care, 260, 290, you'll still add it into your 20-leg parlay. But I'm looking for other ways to get a better price on that. The over 3.5 goals for the Edmonton Oilers, around -130. It's not an incredible price, but it's a whole hell of a lot better than what you have to pay for that money line. So I'll go Oilers over 3.5 goals in this game against the Utah Coyotes. And within that game, New Year's Eve, Just give me the Connor McDavid over 1.5 points. Give me those Connor McDavid over 1.5 points in this home game on New Year's Eve. And then something I was calling, like, this is not a correlated combo. This is what I've been calling a manual add to the spreadsheet, something where, I guess, just for lack of a better term, a sniff. Ever since Arvidsson's been back, he's actually been putting up points in each game since he's been back. He's playing on that second line with Draisaitl, who I think is leading the NHL in scoring the last time I checked. If somebody played with Kaprizov, you would say, okay, well, that's the top scorer in the NHL. There's a decent chance that the guy playing alongside him against a pretty poor defensive team on the second half of a back-to-back, there should be opportunities to register a point. So Victor Arvidsson, him in and of itself is a pretty good value over +120. I think he's at +130. But what I'm going to go with is the over 1.5 points for Leon Draisaitl and the over 0.5 point for Victor Arvidsson. That will give you a high price parlay in that Oilers game. Then I'm going to talk about those Colorado Avalanche who are facing the Winnipeg Jets, who are playing on the second half of back-to-back after shutting out the Nashville Predators. Kind of a taller order trying to shut out Colorado in Colorado. But there is a glaring value on Colorado's side. I wish they were playing a team like the Utah Coyotes. But they're not. They're playing a much better defensive team in Winnipeg, but at least it's a Winnipeg playing on the second half of back-to-backs. As I said yesterday, that place is the black hole for opposing offenses. Should be a different story here. We're seeing the return of Jonathan Drouin. He's being slotted on the second line with Mikko Rantanen and Ross Colton, but what's more important is that he's going front and center on that top power play with the big boys. So he's going to be up there. Guess what his point prop is? Do you remember when Nichushkin came back? What was he? Minus 130, Lehkonen minus 120. Then after one game, they were like minus 180, minus 190, as you can see that they are on this slate as well. We're getting plus 140. And I know it's never the most ideal to take somebody in their first game back. It always seems to be the second game back where they really start to kind of put some points up. But it's just something that I cannot say no to. Plus 140, Jonathan Drouin for a point against the Winnipeg Jets. And then, how about 2 points for Mikko Rantanen, because he's obviously on that power play as well. You know, so much of their offense comes through the power play. But the 2 points for Rantanen and the assist for Lehkonen, look at this price that you're getting. This is what I'm fishing for today. I'm making a New Year's Eve special for some Ruckus Pirate parlays. We hit that plus 375 yesterday like it was no big deal. So let's chase things like that and a little pricier. Which brings me to the spreadsheet. I'm gonna take you through the beginning of this spreadsheet. You guys want to know what the spreadsheet is like? It's taking all the correlated combos and maybe combining it with some of my sniffs, but mostly same line, same power play, and figuring out how to assort those in the most profitable fashion. And at the end of the day, you see how they stack up. I'm going to run you through these two early games. Let's talk about Boston, Washington. Typically, if this was a rusty Wednesday in November, I'm going to say this is like an under 6.5 candidate. It is. And I hate early games. I always feel like offense is dry in early games. But we're making an exception here. It's New Year's Eve. Let's hope for some ruckus. Let's hope for some goals because there's crazy value on the Boston side. Since we learned that they're actually putting the full first line on the top power play and the full second line on the second power play, which means we have the full correlation across the entire line with the Zacha-Pastrnak line and the Lindholm and Marchand line. So here are the combos that I'm going with for this game. Give me Zacha for a point, Pastrnak for a point. That's plus 180. Then in a second bigger one, give me Pastrnak for a point, Morgan Geekie for a point, and then Zacha for an assist. Then that second line, give me all of them for a point. You're talking everything in north, plus 500, plus 600, plus 800. It's happy days when it comes to pirate parlays. And then on the other side, that's just a standard. We're going Strome assist with an Ovechkin point. That's plus 200. It's just going to be that one on Washington side. Then we got the Islanders at the Leafs. The Islanders have three lines of correlated players who you can play. So the first one is going to be Andersley point, Matt Barzal assist. However, I do want you to say half hour before game time, when a team's coming off a loss, you just got to make sure that they're not juggling the lines. But assuming that the lines stay the same, we're going Andersley point, Matt Barzal assist. That's north of plus 300. Then we're going Kyle Palmieri point, Brock Nelson point. That's north of plus 300. Then we're going Bo Horvat point, Simon Holmstrom point. That's north of plus 300. Unbelievable value for those Islanders. And if you think, oh, come on, these guys are, all three of those hit 2 games ago against the Penguins. All three of those combos hit in a game. So you never really know when that's good. They scored 5 against Toronto about a week and a half ago. Toronto seems to fall asleep against the Islanders. And then on their side, we're going to go Marner for an assist with the former Islander Tavares for a point. That's plus 125. They're on the top line, top power play. And then we're going to do William Nylander for a point, Matthew Knies for a point. Their second line, top power play. That's plus 140. Those are some of the line combos. So we run those for the first 2 games, and then we run them for all the games. That's been the formula for the spreadsheet. That's over 98 units. Maybe last night lost one, so 97 units in this month alone. So you bet it $100 on every one. That's $9,700. So whoever's just thinking, if you think you need a winning record to make money, listen, donkey. This is my little New Year's Eve. This is my last bit of 2024 advice. Look at the record on your screen. Look at the amount of money won. I'll be happy to be a 10% winner if those are the profits that it's yielding. That's what I have for you. If you want the rest of them, come join the Patreon. I can't do a 75-minute video. I have things to do on New Year's Eve, just like the rest of you. Good luck to you. Better year to me. Make sure you guys are subscribed here to the YouTube channel. Click the notifications so you know when the next video is coming out. And as I said, if you want all the combos on this slate to keep yourself busy during your relatively boring New Year's Eve, don't be sad. I wish I was doing nothing. I have New Year's plans. I don't want them, but I have them. So I got to go take care of them. And hopefully I will see you guys on the Patreon. I will get out all those combos to you before I go out. I hope to see you there. If not, I will see you in a couple days for the next NHL video, and a Dave and a Dan. And look out for my comedy pod that I'll be dropping later on New Year's Eve. Take it easy. I hope to see you then. And Happy New Year.